excited. I'm trying my hand at stand-up comedy, so bear with me. I'm trying to think a couple fun facts about me. I am a college student. I go to KU. Another fun fact about me is I am religious. I'm Christian, but I like to consider myself an edgy Christian because, you know, I listen to pop music. I dance, you know, I like watch rated R movies sometimes. I sell crack cocaine on the weekends, you know, I'm just a little bit edgy. Like, not too much, no, but I would say that for a Christian, I pride myself on having a wide, diverse set of friends, and sometimes I feel like I'm too PBS Kids for my non-Christian friends, but too HBO for my Christian friends. Because on like the one hand, I'm saving myself till marriage, but on the other hand, I really feel like gay people should also have the right to eat cake. And so I just think it's just a slippery slope sometimes. But no, yeah, I am a Christian. I also have a lot of feminist ideology sometimes. And whenever you tell a Christian that you're a feminist, like it's always a little scary because they're either just like, yeah, you know, equality, or they're just like, but do you still want kids? And I'm just like, I don't know, Carol, you know, it's really hard. Yeah, I wouldn't call myself a radical feminist, but I just wish I personally had a warning for every conversation I'm about to enter that has like an inordinate amount of masculinity. Like if I have to listen to one more guy like talk about his life struggle to find a button-up shirt that's large enough to fit his pecs, I might throw myself in a river. Because first of all, you don't get to complain about that. And second of all, it's never warranted. Like I have never heard a person like ask a natural question like, oh, you know, do you have any wardrobe issues that like happen to highlight your physical like accomplishments? Like that's not a natural conversation that happens. And so there's an instigator. That's my theory. Like 1 out of every 6 guys is like an instigator, and he has the mind of Nicolas Cage, but instead of looking for the Declaration of Independence, he's like looking for a conversational segue to talk about his CrossFit class. Like you're eating lunch one day and like someone's like, I think I'm gonna visit Colorado, and then Connor comes out of the shadows and he's like, you know, I was with my friend the other day and we were doing squats, we were doing like 600 pounds, and he was saying that his mom's cousin's uncle went to Colorado 2 years ago. That was really interesting. I don't know. And then Tyler joins him and he's like, how much were you doing? And then it just down spirals and the conversation is about male thighs. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to talk about male thighs. It makes me uncomfortable. So no, I wouldn't say that it's bad for guys to have traditionally masculine interests, as well as it's also not bad for girls to have traditionally masculine interests. But I would say that sometimes, you know, even though not all masculinity is toxic, I think sometimes it's just confusing. Like my freshman year of college, I was in the dorm, and we were watching a movie in the common room. And one day we finished watching the movie, and a guy was laying on the floor, and so he got up, he did like a push-up, and then another guy was like, you know, I don't know about that form there. And then he started getting down and doing a push-up, and then other people joined in. So until it was just like 5 guys just doing push-ups in silence, like with and it wasn't even like overly toxic, like there was no competition, it was just them. And I had that thought of like, is that what testosterone does to you? Like I imagine somebody takes like a dosage of testosterone and they're just like reading Cow Moose in the library, but then they're like, oh, and they just do 10 push-ups on the floor and they're like, I'm so sorry, I did too much. It was an accident. But no, guys aren't the only people that do weird things. We all do weird things, and I've been noticing a lot of weird things that people, like just general humans do as a collective. Like for example, I think humans are too polite when they meet strangers. Like we like to be considered nice people. We don't want people to think we're rude. And I think as a result, we do things that don't quite make sense. Like I used to apologize to other people for tripping me, and I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry for existing. Like it didn't make sense. And I've noticed specifically at my work, I work at this cafe place. It's like on 135th. It's almost like a Panera, like a smaller chain. I noticed that like sometimes a customer will walk in and they'll order their food in the format of a question, as if I have the option to deny their request. Like they'll be like, can I please have the Anaheim panini, but like without the onions and tomatoes, extra avocado, thank you. What if I just said no? Like I want to know what would happen. Like what if I was just like, actually I don't like to cut the avocados because the pit is a hassle, but thank you for considering me. Like nobody ever asks me. Like I just want to know what they would say. Sometimes somebody will ask, it's actually kind of frustrating because they'll be polite, but it's like disingenuous. So they'll ask me how I am, but they won't give me the space to respond. So it'll be like, they'll walk in and they'll be like, hi, how are you? I want a caramel latte, thank you. And one day, I just really want to try to like sneak in tragic responses without them knowing, like into while I'm serving them. So they're just like, oh, hi, how are you? I really want a uptown turkey sandwich, thank you. And I want to be like, oh yeah, I lost my scholarship. Do you want mustard on that? And I'm like, what? Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, my parents don't love me anymore, that'll be $5.99. And I'm just like, okay. No, this is an oddly specific observation. I've noticed that whenever people are in a group whenever there's a large group conversation, like maybe you're at a party, and somebody mentions the fact that they don't know how to roll their R's, that most of the time everybody's immediate response is to roll their R's, which is like kind of strange. And there's always that one person that's like, that's so interesting, I've been rolling my R's my entire life, like it comes so naturally. Have you tried doing the D sound? Like that's a really good alternative, like you can't even tell the difference. And I don't think it's bad, like it never ends badly, but I just think in any other context it would be considered extremely insensitive. Like, could you imagine being in a group conversation and then somebody was like, yeah, I can't walk, and they got up, everybody else got up and started walking laps around the room? Like, that wouldn't be considered cool. And there's the one person that's like, oh my gosh, that's so interesting, I've been walking my entire life, it's like, comes so naturally. Have you tried crawling? Crawling's a really good alternative. Like, you can barely tell the difference. Oh, I think that's my time, okay.